Hello, Josiah. My name is Laura, and I'm going to be completing your session today. Thank you for coming in. What I would like to do is start with going over the cognitive behavior model with you, which is what I'll be using today during our treatment session. Then I'd like to just talk with you a little bit about what's been going on with you, what are some of the issues that you've been having, and then ask you what it is that you would like for us to go ahead and start to work on today. Then I'd like for us to go over some techniques and things that you can do to help you throughout the week, to just reiterate the things that we discussed today. And then towards the end of the session, I want to ask you for some feedback and see if make sure that we've covered everything. Does that sound okay with you?
Yeah, it sounds okay to me.
Okay, so before we get started, I just want to talk with you a little bit about what the cognitive behavior model of therapy is. Basically, our situations prompt us to have automatic thoughts. And sometimes these thoughts are very negative ones. And so what we want to do is identify those negative thoughts, which also cause us to react in certain ways. And by identifying those and working on ways to reframe those situations and our actions, we hope to find a resolution to the things that are going on with you. Does that sound okay?
Sure.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. And by you telling me a little bit about what brings you in today and kind of what life is like on a daily basis for you.
Well, I'm a full-time student, and I also feel like I have a full-time job. I have 18 hours this semester. My classwork is really, really intense, both in and out of the classroom. I have a part-time job, like I said, but it feels like more of a full-time job. That just helps me pay for the expenses that my scholarships, don't pay for. Basically, scholarships cover tuition. My job pays for everyday living expenses, rent, utilities, all that good stuff. I'm the first person in my family to ever be able to attend college. And that all came about because I got my scholarships. So my parents are really proud of me. They tell everyone they know and, all the family and everybody at church how great they think I'm doing. The truth is, I'm failing. I'm failing one class, maybe even two classes. And I just don't know if I can do this whole thing. If my GPA drops any further, I'm going to lose my scholarship, and then I won't be able to continue in school because, my parents, they just could never afford it. And I've never been good in school, and I just don't even know if I'm smart enough. Struggle to get my assignments done because I just can't focus, because I'm also thinking about other things I need to get done or I'm behind on. And there's no shortage. I work late after school's over, and usually I'm really tired because I don't ever get enough sleep. I'm just not sure what to do.
Okay, so I'm picking up that you are feeling a little bit overwhelmed with your very busy schedule as you're working while also attending school, and just really worried about letting your parents down and maybe losing your scholarship because your grades are really starting to suffer.
Yeah. I guess I never really thought about all that, but, that's right.
Okay, is there anything else going on with you that you think I may need to know?
No, I can't think of a whole lot else. I'm just, I'm really overwhelmed, and I'm unsure if I'm even going to be able to do all this. I just, sometimes I just feel like giving up.
Okay, so out of the issues that we've discussed thus far, one being that you're feeling overwhelmed with your responsibilities, 2, that you're failing class, 3, letting your parents down, 4, losing your scholarship, 5, having some trouble sleeping, and 6, having trouble focusing. Which one do you think is most important for us to go ahead and start working on today?
I think probably priority number 1 has got to be being able to find the time and find the energy to focus on my homework so that I can get my grades up before I lose my scholarship.
Yeah, so those issues really do just kind of go hand in hand with one another. So I think that's also a great place for us to start. But just to make sure that I understand everything completely, explain to me exactly what it is you mean by not being able to focus or having the energy to complete your assignments.
Well, for example, usually I have class Monday through Friday, 8 to 12. Then on most days I try to grab lunch and then I have to be at work by 2. Sometimes I don't get home till 11 or later. I'm on my feet the entire time I'm at work. By the time I get home, I'm just exhausted. When I do get home early enough, to actually study, I find myself doing anything but. I do anything that I can to avoid schoolwork at those times because I just feel like that's the only free time I've got all week. I feel like there's never enough time. No matter what I do, I'm going to lose my scholarship anyway. So what's the point in even trying? I know I'm not going to be able to keep that scholarship anyway. It's just not possible.
So you're feeling like you're incompetent of keeping up your scholarship?
Yeah, basically most of the time.
Okay, let's explore that a little further. What evidence do you have that makes you think that you're incompetent?
Well, I've started failing some of my classes already. Once you start off on a bad foot, it's really hard to make that ground up. I don't know if I'm even be able to get back on track. High school wasn't even easy for me, and I think college is just too much. I don't think I'm cut out for it.
Do you think there's any other possibilities for explanations of why you may not be able to complete your schoolwork now other than you being incompetent?
Yeah, I guess that's a possibility.
Well, what do you feel some of those other possibilities might be?
If I had to pick one out, I would probably say that because I'm working so much. That takes so much time and energy. I feel like I would have a ton more time if I didn't work so much.
Is there anything else you can think of that may be causing you difficulty?
I guess that me worrying about letting down my parents. I've had trouble sleeping lately when I finally do get to go to sleep, so even when I'm awake, it feels like concentrating is really hard.
Okay. So would it be correct for me to say that your current struggles with your schoolwork are probably not due to your ability, but maybe more so to your busy schedule, your trouble with sleeping, and your worries?
Yeah, but it's still really hard to make myself want to complete the necessary assignments because, when I think about all I need to do, I feel so overwhelmed that I'm unable to even get a start on it.
Yeah, college really wasn't easy for me either, and I actually remember feeling some of the same overwhelming anxieties that you discussed with me. It was my experience, and it's also been the same experience in working with clients, that this is completely